Hi, I'm Dharmesh Darshan, and you are watching Bollywood Hungama.
In times of censorship today, that where even the James Bond
I can preempt your
James
question.
Bond has to make sure that his kissing has to be like
This much
limited. You managed to pull, in fact, a
Pull out the kiss.
coup of sorts, which is like considered the longest kiss
Smooching.
in the Indian history.
Smooching.
Yeah.
Snogging.
Yeah, it's like the longest
I have no
and
problem.
most beautifully presented.
Thank you.
Most aesthetically presented. There was
Yes.
not an iota of, in fact, what do you say, objectionable stuff in that.
I'm very complimentary.
That's what love is all about.
Absolutely, Faridoon. And don't forget, I was not making it in a, what they call a sexy film or something. It's Raja Hindustani, and it's a film catering to the families and every audience, Usme, and it's not a peck in the garden. It's the turning point of the film. And it's a long kiss. And then when she runs back home, she remembers the kiss. It's in a different form, more aggressive. I shot it for 2-3 days, because it's not just kissing. They come running, then the storm fan, then she calls him, and then it happens, like love happens, So it was a very big dilemma for me because Aamir Khan and Karishma Kapoor were both dignified, respectful image stars, And अगर कुछ गलत हो जाता, you know how it is, क्रेडिट देने तो नहीं लेकिन ब्लेम देने सब फिल्म डायरेक्टर को आ जाता है.
Sure.
So it was a big responsibility on me. I was very young myself. I was on my second film. I was 28 when Raja Hindustani released and 24 when Lutere released. Now, but I had this youthful energy. So I told the unit, dekhiye, no giggling and silly things on the set. Like we are doing an emotional scene and all. If I catch anyone making, cheapy things, I won't be happy about it. And I shot it with that aesthetic. If you notice the background, it's not very sexy. It's spiritual. It's and instead I took Tum Dil Ki Dhadkan from that background for Dhadkan. It's and I just composed that at the shooting. I was singing to the actors to give them a mood, And instead, if it was dun, 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 it would change, Editing it. And I didn't allow the producers to publicize it at all. They said, but we can get, and still Raja Hindustani got its biggest opening and everything. So I took a lot of care, but I was very worried. A very big filmmaker of my generation told me, Dharmesh, this is sacrilege. In a family film, you're shooting this. I said, it's beautiful, it's pure. Indians are very liberated. Don't underestimate them where they want to be.
Sure.
It's how you do it. Indians can be very open-minded. जो दुनिया में लोग accept नहीं करते, India में कर सकते हैं. And this is a question of your belief.
Sure.
So, I was so proud that the censor, we had to give a voluntary cut. And they passed it for a U certificate. In 96, not even today.
96.
And it's the first kiss, if I'm not mistaken, which broke the taboo of Indian cinema in 50 years. In a family film with a U certificate and the longest kiss. I submitted a 30% voluntary cut because I'd kept it long and all that stuff. And when I saw the film, whether it was Bombay, Bangalore, Indore, Jaipur, Jalandhar, London, I was so happy for Faridoon. Ek gandhi, and that time was not a zamana of multiplex.
Sure.
There was no catcall.
Right.
There was no vulgar, which, cinema used to have all kinds of people reacting. Not just balconies to, wrong reaction. Everyone was quiet. Instead, the first show, they were so quiet in Metro that I thought the film has failed. But I think they liked it. I registered that later. They liked the interpretation of the intimacy, the romance, And मुझे वो चीज़ का, I'm happy about that. I'm proud about that.
Sure. Now, Raja Hindustani went on to become Aamir Khan's biggest hit, and he was able to break that record only with in before Raja Hindustani, Aamir was primarily doing uh, urban characters, and
Yes.
people felt that he's best for chocolate boy
Yeah,
roles.
yeah, that's so true.
And but that totally changed in terms of the mass appeal as far as Aamir is concerned, and it was a huge success by any standards.
Thank you so much for acknowledging that. It's not for me to say, it's for the other person to say. Yes, I think Amin had worked 10 years before that. That's a long time. And he had done some very good work, you know. But they were all urban centric, because of which I felt his contemporaries were going much above him, you know. And he was getting cornered, I think, into a niche, you know. And I told him, I see Dilip Kumar in you. Amir and I are the same age almost, you know. And I see Dilip Kumar in you. Why don't you want to be Dilip Kumar? I mean, I'd love to be a retro Raj Kapoor or play the game with Suraj Bujratia, you know, commercially. And even that widens our horizon to do better pictures tomorrow. Why do you want to reach such few people when we can reach so many people? And you are that actor. So he didn't take convincing also, he understood it because he had liked Luteri. You know, he was a selective actor, but he understood, luckily for me, the vision I had. But I had only one request. People had scared me कि आमिर खान साहब इंटरफेयर बहुत करते हैं. तो मैंने उनसे ये ऑनेस्टली, मेरा नेचर है, मैं कुछ चीज़ें अच्छी बुरी, मैं तमीज़ में रहता हूँ, लेकिन ज़रूरी है तो मैं बोल देता हूँ. बेटर ऑडियंस कम हमको बोले, बाद में बोले एक्टर से हम पहले बात कर ले whether they like it or not. I prefer not fooling the actor, even if they want to be fooled, you know. So I said, Amir, what people are saying, I'm not saying this, that you interfere a lot. So he said, why have you asked me this question? I will not interfere at all. He gave me this beautiful line. He said, a good film especially, or a great film, is made with one man's instinct. Could be he had been through his experiences by then also. Dharmesh, it's your instinct, especially this kind of a film, which is not mass, not class. It's a romantic film. It's not a rom-com. It's not a crude film. It's a sweet film. At the same time, it's aggressive. So once I got that signal, he said, "You let me participate." I said, "Of course, I let my spot boy also. I tell him participate, you know. But instinct mera hoga, you know." And he allowed that, and that flowered me. So, like I just told you, from Udit ji to Shanu, to his topi, to his costume, to the tuxedo of Tere Ishq Mein Naachenge, to the growth of the beard, to the way he dubbed, to the drunk sequence where I got him not drugged, sorry. And it became Aamir Khan completely at disposal to a director, I guess, as he's a very diligent actor, but he thinks from the mind of a director. To have him 100%, unlike Karishma, who thinks from the mind of an actor. So she became, I mean, till then, Aamir Khan was this actor and she was a commercial actress. Yeah. But then she became equal. Both of them got the award, and people saying it should be Rani Hindustani and Raja Hindustani. So that was a quantum leap for me because she listened to the director 100%. Aamir इतने इंटेलिजेंट खुद है कि उनसे पूरा सबमिशन कराना बहुत मुश्किल है. तो वो मैं करा पाया राजा हिंदुस्तानी में एक हद तक. And why just it reached all over the world, because there are Indians reaching all over the world, living all over the world. I went to London, when I went to New York, as I said, the French loved. He reached the heartland of India. He got the best actor awards, film fair, screen, everything. What more
Which
can
he
an
did not
actor,
accept.
Can get?
Which he did not collect.
Screen I collected on his behalf because I had taken Faisal for that show.
Right.
He didn't collect the film, but it got all the awards. So I was very happy that was the benchmark, and it took so many years after that. I think Gajini 2009, 8 mein aayi.
2008, yeah.
8. So from 96 to 2008, it couldn't beat, and he did so many films and such a good actor and big films.
Sure.
So that I was happy to be the benchmark in his good actors, where he became the superstar. Star he always was, But he became not just an appreciator, he became the masses, which worship you then for 25 years, not just for a short time.
Right.
And also this I'd like to say over here, that according to a very important website, which somebody sent me, I don't know, by the inflation patterns, Gajini, I believe Raja Hindustani is still his biggest hit. It is the second highest film in footfalls, matlab the number of people who went to the theatre. एंड हम आपके कौन राजा हिंदुस्तानी दिलवाले दुल्हनिया ले जाएंगे राजा हिंदुस्तानी गद्दर and then I believe Three Idiots, PK, Doom 3, all these wonderful films, he did. So in spite of that, it is still heading by the inflation of
Sure.
of modern Bollywood, which is just somebody sent me of 2016. So I'm so happy with creativity. सबको commercially भी benefit हुआ. As a popular filmmaker, I feel I did my job.
Great.